You have a dream. You have all the drive in the world. You have talent to burn. Now all you need is a chance. Toyota are committed to developing and nurturing the next generation of world-class racing drivers. Because if you can dream it, we can do it.
For 16 seasons, young drivers have come to New Zealand to hone their skills in the Castrol Toyota Racing Series. 2020 sees a new era, a new car, Tata's FT60 Regional F3, powered by a 2-litre turbo engine. Advanced safety, advanced aero, and a series which has super license points. 15 races over 5 weeks, and the New Zealand Grand Prix up for grabs. On a quest to find the next world champion. It's been a marathon 1,576-kilometre journey from Invercargill to this week's venue, Hampton Downs, just an hour south of Auckland City for the Denny Hulme Memorial Trophy, which celebrates New Zealand's only Formula One world champion. We're using the national track with just 7 corners, but plenty of elevation changes. Hampton Downs, Red Bull Junior, Liam Lawson, current TRS champion, knows a thing or two about Hampton Downs. Take it away, Liam Lawson.
Into turn 1, braking, this thing just before the 100-metre board. Down through turn 1.
A little bit of oversteer. Oh, lots of oversteer on the exit there.
So much grip.
All right, turn 2.
Down to 3rd gear, I would say in this. Again, this is where the elevation is, so you're going to be quite careful coming over the top. The car will get quite light. Just like that. Lift a little bit. Back on power.
3rd gear, 4th gear?
4th gear, back down to 2nd.
2nd gear.
Use the ABS. Our cars do not have ABS, so you can't do that. Oh, a bit of a slow gear change. Into the tip of it, you lock up quite easily. And then because it's a massive downhill, there's a lot of understeer. So we always have understeer there. It's really hard to tune that out of the car. And if you do, then it makes the rest of the track really bad.
And you can flip the car there, we've already seen it.
I have no idea how that happened. I would like to know, because I didn't know. I saw the car.
So what can you do wrong here? Because it's kind of like such a long apex. You're kind of holding, you're feathering it, aren't you?
You are, yeah. So it's quite easy to overpush the entry and then compromise your exit. And obviously we have a big straight here, so yeah, it's really important to have a good exit.
So that is a hot lap around Hampton Downs with the man of the moment leading the championship. How do you feel about the weekend?
I'm looking forward to it. We have to be careful and make sure we're consistent. We got lucky last time. I think I had a bad quali, and that could have really upset the rest of the weekend. We managed to turn it around in the race, which was good. But we're going to minimise those inconsistencies, those little risks that we had.
How much are you a day by Formula First? I need to hire you because I need some real coaching.
Mate, you don't have to pay me.
You do it for fun.
I do it for fun, yeah. This has been really, really cool, actually.
Last time out at Tauratonga, Brazilian Caio Collet bounced back from a disappointing round 1 with a brilliant start to the weekend by making an audacious run around the first corner to take the lead. Championship leader Liam Lawson had qualified 13th after a curtailed qualifying and had to side his way through to an eventual 6th. Out front, Calais built a 1-second lead, crossing the line with his first win ahead of Swift driver Gregor Sorsi of Brazil, Igor Fraga, who took another podium in 3rd. No major incidents in race 2 meant poleman Denner raced to his first victory of the series ahead of Zendelli 2nd and Lawson 3rd. For the feature race, Jackson Wall surprised everybody with his first pole in the series ahead of championship contenders Liam Lawson 2nd and Igor Fraga 3rd. During the race, Walls made a mistake going off onto the marbles at turn 4 and taking to the grass with Sonoda having to take avoiding action. At the front, Lawson picked up the lead, but was under huge pressure from his closest rival Igor Fraga as the top 2 pulled away from Sonoda in 3rd. By the end of the 20-lap race, Lawson and Fraga were 4 seconds ahead of the Japanese. Still wheel-to-wheel, but Lawson held on to take his 2nd feature race win of the season, the Spirit of a Nations Cup, with Fraga 2nd and Sonoda 3rd. So going into Hampton Downs, Liam Lawson has an 18-point lead over Igor Fraga. Gregor Sorsi leads the rookies, he's in 3rd. Then it's Sonoda, Colapinto, Zendelli, Collet, Cohen, Patacek and Denner rounding out the top 10. Dutch karting star Tijmen van der Helm has been waiting in the wings so far this season as he wasn't old enough to compete in TRS. But last week he turned 16 and was able to join the rest of the field. Already a world champion in karts, the Dutchman will be a force to be reckoned with once up to speed.
I'm from the Netherlands. I live in The Hague. I have a sister. I have a pretty normal life. I like the same. I go to school. And I have a special sport, that's anything. I was really looking forward to drive here, and I was waiting, only can do Tuesday to drive. And I was really happy to when was my birthday on Sunday, and now I can really do the races. Yeah, I saw that the results were pretty good. The felt was really high. Yeah, I know some guys from the F4, and I probably know everyone who was driving. Yeah, on the track, everyone has respect for each other, and we see what's gonna go on the track. First meters, I was really struggling with the car, and after some doing what laps, it was good. But then we saw the trainings and it was going well. So hopefully we drive around 7 now, top 10, we hope so. And if it's gonna be better, we're gonna see.
Qualifying 1 was held on Saturday morning in warm, clear conditions for the 15-minute session, which saw the full field head out and build up tyre temperature around the 7-turn Hampton Downs circuit. The first man to go quick was Denmark's Oliver Rasmussen. Liam Zindelli and Australia's Jackson Walls on his 7th lap, with Walls setting a 1:01.1. As the session continued, the times got quicker, and soon it was the usual suspects, Caio Collet, Liam Lawson and Igor Fraga, who all hit the 1-minute mark on their 10th laps. Then Czech 17-year-old Peter Potacek for MTech surprised everyone with a brilliant 1:08.96, which neither Fraga or Lawson on his final 11th lap could match, giving Potacek his first TRS pole at his favourite circuit, with Lawson alongside on the front row and the two South Americans, Fraga and Calais, on row 2. Coming up, we meet 18-year-old Lucas Pedersen of MTech Motorsport, one of 2 Swedes looking to make their name this season in New Zealand. A look at the grid then for race 1 sees Peter Potacek with his first pole position, Liam Lawson alongside him, the championship leader. On row 2, it's the 2 South Americans, Fraga and Calais. Then on row 3, it's Jackson Walls and Franco Colapinto. Then comes Zindelli and Rasmussen, followed by Sonoda and Saucy. Behind them, it's Kolbecker and Denner. Then the 2 Swedes, Pedersen and Enquist. Then it's Ido Cohen and Axel Noss, Andrade and Van der Helm, and that's the grid for race 1. Out come the lights, away we go. Potacek gets a fly up, and so does Fraga. Fraga on the inside. What a start by the Brazilian, and Igor Fraga takes the lead. I thought Potacek had that one covered, and poor old Lawson's down to what, 5th? Already, right at the start, we've got all sorts of drama. Kolbecker gets hit from behind. He takes out Denner, and the American and the Frenchman, as out comes the flags, and Fraga will have to do it all again. But that was, well, Tom, have you seen a better start than that from the second row?
Oh, it was a mega start from the second row there. See, Igor's had a lot of experience, obviously, up the front this season, and he's finally delivered on a start. He's lost out a couple of times, but today he's definitely delivered that.
Now, he's hoping that there'll be a constant yellow and the safety car will come out, but that will keep him in the lead, because what he doesn't want is a full red flag where they can't get things going. Spike Kolbecker, a bit of damage to the nose cone, but the car's okay. A little bit of damage to the tyres by the looks of things. He locked up. Not quite sure whose fault that was, but you usually would say if somebody's got nose problems, it's probably the guy from behind. Here we have a look at it. You'll see here, no, it's obvious. No question about it. It was Enquist.
No, Lucas
Pedersen, excuse me.
Pedersen, yeah, just outbraked himself. Unfortunately, could have had some of the air watch we were just talking about. You lose braking force as well, and obviously cold tyres into turn 2, just a bit on the brakes, and then there's definitely like a concertina effect where everything just backs up a bit more than what you're expecting sometimes.
And you've just got to stay calm, stay patient. When he accelerates, Potacek will go for it. You can be assured of that. Look how close they are. This is going to be an interesting start. What can Lawson do here?
Gone for it there.
Here we go. Fraga gets the green flag and away he goes. Good start by the Brazilian. Potacek follows him through. Colette in third, not far behind. Good clean start by everybody. No! Axel Noss. Well, how did he get there, I wonder? Lawson looking for position. Down to turn 2. Walls behind him. Potacek, Colette. Colapinto, great stuff so far, and there's more drama to come. Here comes Colette.
Lawson down the inside here into turn 4.
Nicely done on Colapinto, the Argentinian. Brilliantly done, in fact, at turn 4, excuse me, down towards the dipper. And Colapinto now under pressure from Zendelli. Zendelli hung out to dry on the outside and holds position. Zendelli can't get past, but up to 4th place now, Liam Lawson. He'll now go in pursuit of the top 3. Good restart. And Zendelli, he's one of my dark horses for doing something at this round. Let's head down to the pits.
Million dinner, that was very disappointing. Do you know actually what happened there? No idea, to be honest. I had a good start, and then just after, someone hit me and turn 2, so nothing I could really do. Disappointing when you've had such a good build up to this, and then to get that shunt from the rear. Not what you expect. Yeah, no. It was a really good start, so yeah, it's quite disappointing to end it here. So bad luck, mate. Good luck for the next one.
17-year-old Denner, you can see bitterly disappointed. His father Eric here with him. He's one of the world's top karters. Got a win last time out at Taronga in the reverse grid race. Now Potacek and Colette going wheel to wheel. And they're losing ground, in fact, on Fraga, who's put in a superb lap, Tom. Boy, he put some pace on them in that restart. Look at this.
Yeah, great open that from Eagle. He's obviously controlled that start very, very well. There's a replay.
Zendelli going wide.
There,
yeah, for the grass track from Zendelli.
She tried to go on the outside, just ran out of road there on the exit. It's very hard, especially at turn 1 here at Hampton, to try and go on the outside.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get back on track there. It's very fast. Lawson now lining up Colette. Colette, at the start of the season, his hardest opponent. And were it not for the race 1 incident, Colette could be much closer in the championship. Currently 7th at the start of this weekend. Meanwhile, Lawson leading the championship by 18 points over Fraga. And that's why he's got the hurry up, because Fraga is going off into the distance. A 101.8 by Fraga, the only man bar Lawson in the 101s.
Yeah, obviously, Liam's car's got good pace here early on. He just needs to be around these 2 cars in front, which I don't think will be easy. Obviously, Colette's been fast all year, so he's not going to be an easy man to get around.
That was a mistake. It'll make it easier if Potacek keeps making mistakes like that. But where would you go for a pass here?
Liam definitely likes turn 1. He always has a go there into turn 1, or he can get a good run out of there. Obviously, down into turn 2 is a good wee spot as well.
We made a move up the inside of here last time out on Colapinto, the man you're looking at now, the number 43. Young Argentinian, just 16 years of age. Most of these guys, 16 and 17 years of age. Fraga, incidentally, 21. He's probably the oldest of the bunch. Here we go.
Here's Liam down the inside.
Well, and as called by Tom Alexander, picture perfect. That's exactly what Lawson has done. And Tom Alexander, that's why I've got you along in commentary. You know exactly what's happening. Lawson doing exactly what you said he'd do, going up the inside of turn 1 and making a move on the Brazilian Colette.
He's been getting good exits out of the last corner all race so far. So if he can keep doing that, he might start making some moves in this race. 14
laps to go, and Lawson's got to build now. He knows that it's not going to be plain sailing. He says he's not going for the championship, but I don't believe him. As a racing driver, he wants to win, and he wants to win championships. And there is our Dutchman, Tijmen van der Helm, in his first race, and at the moment he's got up the board. He's in 15th position at the moment, so I knew he wouldn't stay at the back, that's for sure. But he's got some work to do, but he's got some work to do with his hands right there.
A little bit of nose damage too on the front of that car as well, so I wonder if he's had some contact on that restart.
And I think I'm right in saying that Van der Helm's damage was due to the fact that he hit the man in front, and he may well get penalised for that incident. Let's head back to the leaders. And Lawson now reeling in the man in front of him, Potacek of the Czech Republic. So Lawson on his way to try and see if he can make some inroads on Fraga. I think if Lawson can get past Potacek, that will do. He doesn't need to go out of his way to try and catch Fragar. He'll keep the points tight. It's only 18 coming into this one, so I don't think he's going to try and catch Fragar. Mark Wood watches on as Patacek locks up the front wheel. More lockups with these Hankooks, it seems.
Yeah, same sort of thing. You just need to get the tyre tip in, and obviously when a car gets close to Peter, he's probably trying a little bit harder.
Sure.
When he's had a bit of a gap, he hasn't had as many lockups. But when Colette was behind him, he was making a few mistakes. Now Liam's got to him too. He's trying that probably drive a little bit too hard, and it's just locking that brake, which is actually costing him more time.
It's just pure human sense, as it were. When you're under pressure like that, you feel it. Here comes Lawson up the inside in his textbook manoeuvre, but he hasn't pulled it off just yet, unless he can get alongside. But like I was about to say, when you've got somebody behind you like this, you're going to drive differently, because you're always thinking about, oh, that was brilliant. Through he goes into, and Lawson, easy as you like. He came from nowhere, and I say nowhere, but you weren't expecting him to lunge like that. And that was just textbook overtaking. Tom, tell us about it.
Liam, late dive, so obviously he caught Peter a bit off guard. Peter's running a bit deep as well, so it's opened the door even more, which kind of made it easier for Liam once he had that dive.
Yeah, textbook overtake by Liam Lawson, who knows the circuit better than anybody.
Yeah, Liam's just pulled a couple of good laps in here and pulled that gap down to 2.5 seconds now, so he's obviously put his head down, maybe the tyres cooled down just a little bit, and now he's pushing on, trying to close that gap down.
Well, I hate to be selfish, but I'd like to see Fragar win, but I'd also like to see Fragar under pressure, because we haven't really seen that yet. And I think these two, and I'm talking Fragar and Lawson, are going to be at Mansfield once again, just as Armstrong and Lawson were last year. And we've seen the cool-headed 21-year-old Fragar, the Gran Turismo champion worldwide and representing sim fans around the world. He's an ambassador for Gran Turismo, and he has won both the McLaren Shadow competition and the Gran Turismo World Championship, and he now goes into the big boy leagues of F3. Hopefully he'll be taking on Liam all season long, so this could be, for the journalists tuning in around the world, the first real battle we've seen between Fragar and Lawson for the year ahead.
Yeah, Igor has just responded there and done his best time of the race there to open the gap up just a little bit more. So I wonder if he's just, like I said, managing that gap. He pushes when he needs to, and then just lets the cars cool down, similar to what Liam was doing when he was trying to get the tyres to come back. So Igor does have a bit of a, obviously the buffer there, so he has the freedom to just manage the gaps if he's comfortable with the pace that he's got.
I had a good chat with Fragar, and he's a really cerebral kind of guy. He's a thinker, and he was telling me that doing simulations, when you get up to the highest level, you're dealing with soft tyres versus hard tyres. You're coming in for pit stops, but there's no engineer, there's no radio. He's on his own, so he's quite comfortable sorting out the problems he's got in a car. But now he's got extra input. He's got an engineer, he's got somebody giving him the times, he's got somebody on the board letting him know what the gap is, and so he's able to manage, and he's probably better equipped than a lot of the guys that have come up through karting, because he's had to do it on his own.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously the extra input that he's getting now is obviously helping him massively. But then if you are like Igor are able to put inputs in as well, obviously then there's a different sort of side to the inputs, and then you can sometimes make the steps a bit quicker.
Tom Alexander looking after the mighty Kenny Smith as he prepares for his 49th Grand Prix. Have you got him on the sim? Is he doing a lot of that? A little bit?
Refuses to touch a computer. He's tried simulators back probably 5-10 years ago. Refuses to touch them. Doesn't even know how to turn on a computer, so I don't think we're getting there anytime soon. Fair
enough. Well, Kenny's idea is just to go out with the 17-year-olds, give them some Formula Ford action, and that's preparation enough. We'll see him at Mansfield. And by the way, if you haven't seen the documentary, 60 years of Kenny Smith's career, here we go! Checkered flag now for Igor Fragar as he takes the line and wins his first race. And there's Dan Fabrizio delighted. Well, he might be. That's the first time that Igor Fragar, and he's done it in style, because he's beaten Lawson by 2.8 seconds. Here we go then, M2 competition 1 and 2, Igor Fragar and Liam Lawson. It's going to be a battle all the way to the flag at Mansfield, I'm sure. Peter Patacek in 3rd place, the pole man. Kyle Collette, a reasonable 4th place for him.
We have been waiting for this result. How does it feel? And can you tell me about that lightning start?
Well, it feels amazing. I mean, me and my team have been working so hard for this. I think we had a good package since from the beginning. And yeah, finally we have been able to put together, so it feels really good.
18-year-old Lucas Pedersen is a well-travelled teenager and comes to New Zealand for the first time, having raced in Europe and the Middle East, most recently with Carlin Motorsport in the British F3, where he's already been a winner in one of the toughest championships in the world.
Giacomo, who's my manager, he had a driver last year, Dev Gore, who now races in Blancpain. He did this series and he really enjoyed it. He thought it was great training for the real series later in the year. I think the biggest thing that I've learned, or am still learning, is arriving at the track and performing at your best. Because if you don't, you'll be last. That's how close it is. And being 100% active and focused all the time, it's a very condensed championship. So I think to bring that mentality to the US would be very beneficial, and being used to very intense training. It's been strong for multiple years now. I think it's getting even more competitive as people have realized that, oh, people like Lando have been here. I'm actually have followed Lando's steps so far. He did BRDC with Carlin, now I'm here in TRS. It's quite special. You don't have this anywhere else. You maybe have F4 UAE or F3 Asian, but it's not as, this is the best training that you can get in the world for your real championship. And most people treat this as a real championship, and they can, because they live here. It's really competitive, so if you perform well here, it speaks a lot. At the end of the 5 weeks, I'd like to finish in top 10, so 10 or below, with consistently bringing good results and learning things as I go. I think that's really important.
Coming up, we hear from 19-year-old Swiss driver Grégoire Saucy, who's leading the charge as the top rookie this season. Qualifying for the feature race, the Denny Hill Memorial Trophy, was held in cooler conditions, and therefore times were expected to be quicker than first qualifying. The early pace was set by the new boy, Tijmen van der Helm of the Netherlands and Ido Cohen of Israel. Then Walls banged in a 101.058 on his 8th lap to go top, but the battle was just beginning. South Americans Calais and Colapinto came close, but the real battle royal for the honour of pole was again between Liam Lawson of New Zealand and Igor Fraga of Brazil. They swapped fastest laps all the way to the flag, with Lawson setting a 1 minute .717 on his 12th lap, only for Fraga to go less than a tenth quicker, a brilliant 1.696 to take the pole, setting up another cracking feature race at Hampton Downs. So the grid for race 2 looks like this. On pole position, it's Oliver Rasmussen and Franco Colapinto with his first front row start. Calais and Petacek on row 2. Row 3 sees Liam Lawson and race 1 winner Igor Fraga. Then it's Sonoda and Jackson Walls. Then in 9th, it's Saucy and Zendelli. Ido Cohen and Enquist, Andrade and Kolbecker. Then Axel Noss and Lucas Pedersen. And then Van der Helm and Denner at the back. Go the lights and away we go. Colapinto gets a flyer, but back comes Rasmussen, but Colapinto's got the advantage. Lawson did go down the inside, and Lawson's up to 3rd already. Great start from Liam Lawson, just what he wanted. Fraga struggling. Oh no! Off and into the trees almost, but off goes Colette, but he's back on track, and I'm glad to see that. Tom, what happened?
It looks like Colapinto didn't quite get the start he was after. Liam down the inside, and then obviously he's tried to recover a bit, and then it's like just him and Peter got some slight contact just exiting turn 1 there.
Colapinto then leads, and in 2nd place Rasmussen, but Lawson had a flyer start. Sonoda just behind him and forward. So down to the back straight they go for the first time. Colapinto in control. Fraga behind Sonoda. He did not get the start that Lawson did by any means, so Fraga with a lot of work to do. It's advantage Lawson as we go into the start of this second race. A wing damage at the back also for Ido Cohen. He's without a front wing. He'll be coming in. Tom, take it away. What happened at the start?
You can see Liam had to take to the grass to actually get the move done on Colapinto. So he's currently in recovery mode here, and you see it was Yuki. Sorry, Yuki just ran a little bit wide at the exit there,
and there was a touch, wasn't there, Yuki?
And then obviously Peter's out in the grass there.
Tarcek into the last corner of the complex. Got to get good drive out of here. And then line yourself up for an inside move, perhaps. And he is close enough. Can he go for the inside move here?
He's definitely close enough, yes. I can get a good slipstream up the front straight here. Obviously, Virgo has to be quite cautious here. He could have a go here into turn 1.
All right, let's see if he does it. I don't think... Oh, yes! He thought about it. But Tarcek looks up the inside of Saucy, but he closes the door. Meanwhile, the battle at the front is also hotting up between the top two. Lawson just dropping off it slightly in third, but Rasmussen all over the back of Colapinto at the moment. But look at this battle. Here we go, and now Lawson's caught up. The top three now, not separated by anything as they come out of turn 4 and down to the dipper again.
You ever see Colapinto went a bit defensive there into turn 4, and it's back the top 3 up into quite a closely group here, so Liam we want to watch here.
Yeah, and Sonoda being pushed by Fraga, and that's actually getting to a point where we may have a 5-way battle. Remember, 17 laps to go, plenty of time for some action, and these tyres probably aren't fully up to temperature yet.
No, definitely not. I think obviously Colapinto at the front there is just trying to get some tyre temperature, probably not in the window yet, so it's quite easy to make a mistake and just made a couple, which has obviously brought the others a bit closer in behind him.
The official gap is 0.4 of a second between Colapinto and Rasmussen at the moment, with Lawson looming in the third place position and Yuki Tsunoda bouncing over the curves with Fraga still there. And Tom, by now, all the drivers are dialed in. We're starting to see the racecraft come good.
We certainly are, obviously. They first few rounds took them a bit while to get used to the cars, obviously, and how they race. See, round 3 now, this is where everyone's comfortable. Obviously, we've seen good racing here already in race 1, and then again, the first laps here in race 2. And it's hot enough at the front here. Obviously, Yuki's catching the back of Liam, and then Igor coming with him. So it could be a good 5-car battle for the win here soon.
That's exactly what we've got, a 5-car battle, and Yuki Tsunoda is not going to be afraid to take Lawson or pass Lawson if he can get a chance, because Yuki has had a mediocre by his standards run so far here in the Toyota Racing Series, and if he can beat Liam in this race, he'll keep himself into contention as well. But at the moment, Colapinto looking for his first victory in the series.
He's looking at Peter's times too. He's actually catching the cars in front as well, so Peter could dial himself here, and he's set the fastest lap of the race there at 61.7 there, so he's actually catching the cars in front by close to half a second a lap. It was faster than Yuki last lap, so he'll be in this fight very, very shortly.
Nita Potacek just did the fastest lap, a 101.714, so he's now fully dialed in, and we'll see the best out of the number 9. There, he's behind Fraga at the moment, Potacek, there he is. And that is the 17-year-old right there, just put the fastest lap in. It's interesting because last year was not a disaster, but last year he was overzealous, and he admitted it. He said, I've matured over the year. I'm a much better racing driver than I was a year ago. I was really I didn't really know what I was doing. He was quite confident about it. Oh no! Out goes Axel Noss, and not for the first time. The karting Salem Swiss driver is in the gravel, and surely, Tom, that's going to be a safety car. Yeah,
definitely. Obviously just beached. Hopefully he hasn't made contact with the wall.
Ah, no, he's been hit. He's been hit by TM. That's almost a replica of what happened in the practice session. He got tipped over.
Almost exact replica. Obviously, last time he's kept it on all 4 wheels, which is a bonus. But yeah, unfortunately, just caught up there and ridden over a front wheel.
Race 8 of the championship. Argentina leading the way from Denmark. Away they go. Colapinto starts away. What will Lawson do? Rasmussen looks to the inside, and Lawson goes round the outside. Liam Lawson looking for second place, and he's got it. Nicely done by the champion. Rasmussen looked to the inside, and Lawson said, not me, mate. I'm going around the outside, and into second place goes the champion. Rasmussen will try and come back at him, but that was a good move from Liam Lawson, textbook.
Yeah, textbook. Obviously, go good launch. Rasmussen went to defend, but Liam just committed to the outside. He had confidence in the grip he had, and he just committed to the outside with a lot more speed.
That was the only major change. Potacek all over Fraga now as they go into the dipper again. Sonoda holding off Fraga, and on the outside, where is Caio Collet? Has he made up a place? He's still there, I think, in 8th position at the back of this group, this second group, which includes Tsunoda, Fraga, Patacek, and then it's Caio Collet. Round the outside goes Saucy, and that was a saucy move, to be fair. Nicely done.
It's like Greenwood's actually dropped back a bit off the restart there. He was up in 7th across the restart there, so he's dropped back a few spots, and Caio's obviously jumped up a few there up into 7th.
This is the battle for 4th, and Patacek all over the back, but look at Collet now. Collet's joined this battle, and Patacek's going to be aware of it. A lock-up from Yuki as they head over to 3. Fraga and Patacek locked together in battle, but Caio Collet has joined this battle, and he's looking for points. Here's the Brazilian. Great racing throughout. Look at them nudging each other. That was Henning Enquist pushing the Dane forward, pushing Saucy forward almost. Into the dipper. Here comes Jackson Walls. Nice move by the Australian. Good racing. Now we're getting some passing, Tom.
Yeah, I'd say Greenwood just hasn't had the tyre temperature on the restart. He's dropped down a few spots here already on his first 2 laps, and now obviously Jackson's having a go at him to try and drop him back another spot.
Saucy hung out to dry on the outside, but just tucks it in and gets round the corner, and Jackson Walls will keep coming at him. 3 to go, and as they cross the line, it'll be 2. 2 to go now for the leaders, and it's Colapinto and Lawson. Rasmussen's lost a place to 3rd. Lawson in a really good position here with Fraga down in 5th. Fraga needs another spot to keep the pressure on Lawson, but he's not going to be easy. Here comes Jackson Walls again. Saucy just locking up slightly. Great racing throughout the whole field. It's been a really good race in that respect. Tsunoda's going to pick up some good points if he stays in 4th as well. If you can believe it, there was only half a second between the top 17 in yesterday's run, so it just shows you the first race how close it was, and it's close again here. Here they come. Colapinto looking for his first victory. Lawson trying to deny him that victory and march on out of Hampton Downs with a substantial lead. But I don't think Colapinto's going to leave it to going to give him much of a chance of overtaking, and I think Lawson will be smart enough not to do anything too crazy on the last lap, and here is that last lap coming now.
Yeah, Colapinto just needs to hit his marks. He's got reasonable pace. He's matching Liam almost to the 1,000th on lap time, so I think he's hit his marks. There's no reason Liam probably should be able to close that gap. He's driving a really good race at the front. Liam, I think he'd be happy with the recovery here from obviously starting back in 5th to grab a podium, so then extend that points gap over Igor.
And to be fair, Colapinto did a 108, a 101.8 last time out, and so did Lawson, and those two quicker than anybody else out there. So it just shows you that Colapinto is in control of this race because he's actually as quick, if not quicker, than Lawson, and so he is heading towards victory. Just a couple of corners to go now for the famous 43. Remember, the feature race is about the Formula One Argentinian trophy from 1974. Colapinto knows it too. But this is a bit of history as 16-year-old Colapinto of Argentina comes up the hill at Hampton Downs and takes the checkered flag for the first time. His first win in the Castrol Toyota Racing Series. Good result for Liam Lawson in 2nd. And 3rd place goes to front row starter Oliver Rasmussen of Denmark. Let's take a look at the results then. Franco Colapinto for Kiwi Motorsport with the win. Liam Lawson 2nd place. Oliver Rasmussen 3rd. Yuki Tsunoda 4th. Igor Fraga in 5th place. Patacek 6th. Colette 7th.
Congratulations, mate. First win in the Castrol Toyota Racing Series and a well-driven race as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a tough race. Really, I had 2 drivers in the back that were really fast. So, well, I could control the pace in the mid of the race to the end, so happy with that, and with more points to the championship as well. We keep being very a lot of points during all the races of the championship, so quite good, and let's keep it like this.
A little bit of pressure with the restart. What was going through your mind just to keep it nice and steady?
Yeah, I tried to restart as late as I could to don't let get my toe. So, well, it was quite tough as well. Anyway, we won and happy with that.
Nearly all young drivers in TRS start in go-karts. Switzerland's Gregor Saucy, who started in karting at 3, had an advantage. His father runs an indoor karting track. That's where Saucy learned the skills that have taken him to F4 and Formula Renault Eurocup.
In Formula 4, the first year I did the Italian Championship and was not so bad. Qualifying was really good. After I have some problem in races because I didn't do European or Mondial karting. So I did only Swiss karting and its level was not really high. And for the battle on the race, I didn't learn a lot in karting. It's a really good country, really good organization. The weather is really nice because the last track was not so nice, but the first track, Highlands and Hampton Downs here, it's really fine. In the motorsport, it's better to like every track. If you don't like the track, you don't go fast. But no, we don't have real track in Switzerland, but all the track outside is really good. For me, it is 5 weeks is to improve myself in the races, in the driving, and to really prepare the season in Europe. So to improve my start, to improve to defend the other drivers and everything. I will try to stay all the time constant. And no, just I want to improve myself, improve the car also, to go one step more and try to, for sure, it's a goal to take the title, but it will be hard.
Coming up, we meet another exciting prospect, 19-year-old from Denmark, Oliver Rasmussen, chasing in the footsteps of Kevin Magnussen on the road to F1.
Hey, I'm Oliver and I'm planning to be the fastest rookie.
My mom actually gave me the motorsport love, I would say. The stories that I've been told is that at the restaurant when I was little, that the only way to calm me down was to draw the logos of the different manufacturers of cars, and then also to point the cars which were coming and knowing which brand it was. So yeah, it's a funny story. About racing, it's always, getting more experience and then getting into a flow, So getting race starts, getting overtaking is possible, getting driving, getting qualifying, getting stress. At the end, you just get used to it and then just flows out until next winter. Well, compared to the F4, it has a lot more downforce, especially on this track where we nearly run full downforce. So to use the downforce is another way of driving. And I think I learned that quite well, I would say, compared to how maybe I would have got. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the change I made in my driving. The organization is really good. The rules are strict, but at least it's fair for everyone. The tracks are a bit short, that would maybe be the only thing, but you definitely get good starts, you get racing, you get experience, you get driving, whether in Europe it's harder to, in the winter time to get some driving time. I loved Queenstown, really loved it. I've never seen such a beautiful place. Normally I don't really, get attracted by the environment, but Queenstown was really amazing.
So the grid for the feature race sees once again Lawson and Fragar on the front row. Fragar in pole position, both of them two. Then comes Saucy and Potacek. Row 3 sees Calais and Yuki Tsunoda of Japan. Then comes Jackson Walls and Franco Colapinto. Then it's Rasmussen and Zendelli. 11th is Denner Kolbecker, 12th. Rui Andrade and Lucas Pedersen, 13th and 14th. Then Enquist and Cohen, 15th and 16th. And at the back, it's Axel Noss and Tijmen van der Helm.
Stephen Giles of Giles Motorsport. Mate, third round. How do you feel it's going for you as a team so far?
Like the rest of them, I guess, ups and downs. No, we had a strong start. It was quite encouraging at Highlands. We fell off the pace a little bit at Terra Tonga. But we've had mixed results here today. The guys showed some really good pace in practice. Gregoire's done a good job in the second quality to be third on the grid for this race. So, yeah, mixed bag so far, to be honest.
Good luck, mate. Let's hope you can pull one off.
Okay, cheers for that.
The green flag waves at the back. We're about to go racing for the feature race, the Denny Hall Memorial Trophy. The lights go on. Out go the lights, and Fragar gets a brilliant start. So too does Saucy. Saucy's up to second, and Lawson is nowhere, and already Kyle Collette is coming on his inside. Now he defends and goes back up to third. Lawson in trouble straight away, but Fragar leads the race, and there's somebody off into the grass. It's Edo Cohen of Israel. And Timon van der Helm starts at the back, but he's now on track and trying to catch up with the pack now. And already another car, that's 44, Zendelli. There's Timon in the back. And Timon coming through, but Zendelli going off onto the grass at the end of the Big Dipper. A lock-up for Fragar, but Saucy's second, and he could be the danger man.
Definitely, obviously, awesome start from Igor there. Liam's initial looked right, but again, it just didn't sort of convert in the second phase. And yeah, Gregoire got a good start too off the second row, managed to jump into second there.
It's easy to argue that Gregoire Saucy's got the most to gain. He's dropped a place. He's now in fourth in the championship after Colapinto's win. He moves to third and Saucy drops to fourth. Now, if Saucy can get a good result out of this, he's back into contention. Good start from Fraga. He really did get a good start off the line, and so did Gregoire Saucy. Sonoda in a big fight now with a 23. Oh, a lot of dirt and dust thrown up there on the track. Does that distract you or not?
Obviously, you just got to put it out of your mind. You just got to hit your marks. Obviously, it's not a lot with the amount of grip these cars have. It shouldn't affect them too much, and you just got to put your head down and hit your marks. Here comes Lawson. Lawson on Saucy. Oh, beautifully done. Liam Lawson up to second, or is he? Saucy fights back. And this is getting very interesting into the Dipper, but Lawson's made it stick. Aggressive as heck. Yes, very aggressive from Liam early. Obviously, he knew cold tyres were his advantage there, so he had a go. Gregoire was very nice to him. He gave him some room there, and obviously, nice clean battle. Yeah, I've got a feeling the Swiss going to try and come back at him and as early as he can, because you know if you give Lawson half an inch, he'll take it. Patacek, there he is in the number 9. He's still in contention, very much so. But it's Fragar that leads by less than half a second, but it's a good lead at this stage so early on. It's going to be interesting, the one here. Gregoire's right and behind Liam here. Yeah, let's see if Gregoire can make a move. He's looking to the inside, now goes to the outside. That was where Lawson made his pass last time out. Yeah, and he's lining himself up, isn't he? Liam was wise to it. He sort of parked it in the middle of the road, so it sort of put a bit of indecision into Gregoire's mind. He wasn't sure which way to go, which obviously helped in Liam's favour. Well, what's not helping in their favour is the fact that as they fight, Yuki Tsunoda is catching up. There he is in the 33, and as they dive into 4, look at Tsunoda. The Red Bull man has got wings right now. He's right up there. Oh, out goes the the French driver, Denner. What a weekend this poor man's having. The young 17-year-old is out again. Last time he was booted off. This time it looks like he's gone out on his own. So Denner out, and Fragar still leading. The gap, 1.3 seconds now. So Fragar is making hay, no question about it. While everybody else is fighting for position, Fragar is moving up the field and getting away from the chasing pack. Here they come again. Let's take a look at the times this time as Fragar crosses the line. He did a 102.3 last time. Now he goes fastest, 102.1, and he's faster than everybody, but everybody in the top 6, top 8 are putting in their fastest laps. Is that expected? Obviously, yes. Early in the race, safety car's just been deployed, so yeah, first real charge to attack on that lap. Well, Denner, that was it. Poor old Denner. He doesn't have a lot of love, but that is going to change the complexion of the race, and it's also not going to play into Fragar's hands. He had a 1.5 second lead, which is really comfortable in motor racing, especially at this level. And now it's going to be down to Norton. We know that Lawson's a good restarter. Let's see what happened to Denner. Well, it wasn't a crash. He comes through turn 1. And yes, if you look at the throttle, the green at the bottom left there, no throttle, and everybody passing him by. He's just got no power. And I think he realises it and pulls off, and that's his second DNF of the weekend. The Frenchman having no luck at Hampton Downs. 18 laps to go after this. It's a full race, effectively, from race 1 and 2. This, the feature race, always a little bit longer. Fraga's got it all to do. These are tense moments for the young Brazilian, but here they come. Lawson tucks in behind the Brazilian, and here we go. He goes to the outside. This is his moment, and Fraga defends, and here comes Lawson. The swing shot. Can he do it? They're side by side. Oh, and bouncing over the curbs. Lawson's going to keep his foot into braking into turn 2. If he stays on the outside, he'll be on the inside. He can't do it. Fraga holds him off. Great racing by both of them. They risked everything, but
come through.
Yeah, super hard racing there, but fair from both of them. They both gave just enough room, which is awesome to see, but nice, hard, aggressive racing is what we like.
Good to see, and that has allowed Tsunoda to catch right up. Nervous moments for Mark Wood and the rest of the M2 team. Saucy still third, Tsunoda fourth, and Collette. Then Zendelli. Zendelli's in the mix now. He's got past Colapinto, and Walls is just behind him. So a good restart, and Lawson tried everything in the book there, and that was his signature move around the outside, and he risked everything because he bounced up in the air for a moment, and again, that's the second time today he was on the grass on the inside on the first race, and now let's have another look at this, Tom. What do you see here? You know, you've been out there.
Yeah, obviously hard racing there. I think Igor's left him just enough room. Another incident in the background with...
that's Colapinto that's turned around, yeah. So Colapinto getting in trouble there. No chance of winning that famous Denny Hulme trophy from that incident. Down to the first corner we go. Kyle Collette still very much there. He's in fifth at the moment and not far off the front. Zendelli's just behind him. They dive into turn two. Collette, though, well, he won the first race, but then got penalised. Oh, no! Lawson! Oh, no! Lawson and Kohlbecker come out. Lawson slowed dramatically, was not under power. Kohlbecker didn't know, and Kohlbecker has sliced into the New Zealand champion, and just as it was last year, Lawson has had a terrible end to his Hampton Downs quest. Mark Wood and the team cannot believe their eyes, nor can we.
Here's a replay, I think.
But he'd already slowed down. He was offline, look.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same issue we had at Invercargill last weekend where the car just lost power slightly. And yeah, obviously Spike's come over there unsighted and ended up just running into the back of Liam.
No blame to the young American. He was on the racing line and was just doing his thing.
Mark Woods, that's gutting, mate. What happened?
He just reported a loss of power, and then I think it was just blind over the top and Spike hit him. I think that bit was an accident, but I'm not sure with the car yet. But
sorry, mate, that's really unfortunate. And there's all the Kiwis here. We were so hoping for Liam to do well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me as well.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
What a shame. And it just really puts the championship on its head. Here we go. Fragar leads them away. Across the line they come. And out goes to the wide, goes Tsunoda. Oh, no! Oh, Angola's number 99 is out, and he's come together. And that's going to cause another safety car. It's not out yet, but I'm sure it will. Fragar leads. Saucy holds on just to second place. Tsunoda is now in third. Safety car is out. No surprise. And Tom, we're going to get a replay of this, but I don't know if it's going to be obvious or not, but there was definite problem there. We're under safety for the second time now. Here's another look. Now, see if you can see what happens here. Oh, well, it's fairly obvious. Yeah, and that caused a concertina. So we had 4 cars, if not more, involved in that incident. And as you can see, Axel Noss pulls off to the side, but 4 cars in total involved in that incident. And we're going to have a very short sprint race at the end of this. Everybody is ready for the restart. It's a 3-lap sprint to the line, and Fragar will lead them away here at Hampton, hopefully for the last time. His engineer waits on as we do. M2 competition. You could drop a pin and the noise would be loud. Here we go. Fragar is off, and great restart from the Brazilian. Collette looking up the inside, can't quite do it. Trying to have a go at Yuki Tsunoda. It's not done yet, though. Fragar's done the hard work. He's got off the line well. Saucy's gone second. And Tsunoda now defending in third. Kaio Collette all over him as they come out of turn 3.
Yeah, he got the perfect job again. Everyone did a slightly better job, and fortunately Yuki just didn't quite get the jump this time, so he couldn't challenge into one.
Time running out, though, for Kaio Collette and those chasing Igor Fragar, because Fragar's got away well, and everybody's got away well, but it's going to be Fragar at the moment. Saucy here defending now. Oh, and Colapinto makes a move on Rasmussen. And that was a really good move by the Argentinian.
Yeah, super aggressive from Colapinto there. Obviously, Rasmussen gave him the space, which was nice. But yeah, good to see some aggressive moves happening here on the restart.
And Potacek is also looking up the inside of the number 10. I don't know if he's got a problem, but he's being passed with ease at the moment. No, Potacek does not get past. And Across the line we come. Fraga leads the way. He's got a good lead now over Saucy. Sonoda still there, and the gap is 0.4 of a second. Good restart, and look at him laying down the rubber, the Brazilian.
Final lap here, so Igor just has to hit his marks. He's got a bit of a buffer, so he can just focus on what he's doing and not have to worry from the pressure from behind.
It's the sprint to the line then. Fraga on the last lap, and his dad watching on, looking for his second win in the series and out the weekend, which will push him right up to Liam Lawson in the overall championship. And we will have a battle royal for the last 2 rounds. 6 races to go after this. Igor Fraga started at the age of 3 on the Gran Turismo PlayStation and has never looked back. He's raced hard, and now at 21, he's taking on the world for real and beating them. Here he comes for the last time up the hill. Fraga leads. Saucy can do nothing about it, and Sonoda's going to take 3rd. But it's Igor Fraga coming to the checkered flag to take the win. Great stuff. Saucy goes 2nd. Fabrizio is delighted. And Jonathan Murray and the rest of the team, the first to greet him. Here's a look at the results then. Igor Fraga for M2 Competition wins. Gregor Saucy of Giles Motorsport is 2nd. Yuki Tsunoda of M2 Competition is 3rd. Caio Collet 4th. Lirim Zindelli is 5th. Henning Enquist gets his best result of the season so far in 6th. Lucas Pedersen 7th. Franco Colapinto recovers to 8th. Oliver Rasmussen 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Peter Potacek of the Czech Republic.
Mate, this appears somewhat of an emotional win for you.
Yes, this one was especially very tight. At the beginning, I had a lot of pressure for my teammate Liam, but I think we just gave each other just enough room to race, and at the end, winning like this, it's obviously very, very special.
So after 3 rounds, Igor Fraga now leads the championship by 17 points over the champion Liam Lawson. Gregor Saucy is the top rookie. He's 3rd, then it's Colapinto, Tsunoda, Zindelli, Collet, Potacek, Rasmussen and Ido Cohen rounding out the top 10. Next week, we head a few kilometres up the road to the historic Pukekohe circuit. Once the home of the New Zealand Grand Prix, but this year the host venue for the historic New Zealand Motor Cup.